Welcome to This Old DAW. On this episode, we'll be doing a track breakdown on a song I wrote about 3 years ago called See the Stars, using my Akai S3200XL, and for the DAW, Cubase VST 5. But first, an introduction. DAW. So going back a few years ago, I was just coming off a long-term hiatus from production from 2015 to 2020, and I was always wanting to make jungle on these old school samplers. And so this was one of my earlier endeavors in that, using the DS3200XL and Cubase VST 5. Before we go much further into this, we'll show you exactly what everything's going on in the sampler, and we'll show you how it all comes together in the DAW. On the Akai S3200XL, this is our program here. We have about 8 programs in memory, totaling about 8 megabytes of sample RAM. This machine has a maximum of 32 megabytes, so we've used about 25% of its total RAM capacity for this song. Now, going further back, many people ran with 8 megabyte configurations on these machines, so it doesn't take long to realize just how limited many people were constrained with when they worked with these samplers. And back in the day, 32 would have been very plentiful. So we have the amen break chopped into quarter notes. We have the reactor pad, a piano program, the 808 bass line, an additional amen break, some vocal samples, time stretched downs, and a TR-909, which is what I use for like transitions, going from no break to break. Go to sample, press edit. We're going to explore some of the key sounds in this song. And the one I would say is the most important to me in the song is the main pad that basically plays throughout the song. So this is what that pad sounds like in isolation. So a lot of rich harmonics in that sample, a lot of things going on. It was basically like a C, G, C, G was basically like, or CF. It was a kind of a funky chord that was a part of that one of the presets in Reactor. And it just, when I thought of it, many people told me it sounds like the Stranger Thing introduction, but it kind of made me think about that too when I heard it. But obviously it wasn't what I was fully going for, but it gave me kind of that same vibe that I was kind of like thinking of when I heard that. And of course, one of the key samples, which is the title of the song, See the Stars, this is that sound in isolation.
See the stars.
And of course, in the introduction, there's another sound playing alongside that pad, which is this one right here. And of course, as the song progresses, there's other sounds that are heard, such as this one, like right here. And of course, a time-stretched See the Stars.
See the stars.
Now that you've seen how this works on the Akai S3200, now we're going to show you what it looked like on the Mac side of things, what configurations we had, how it was set up, and then I'll show you the session. to turn on the Mac G4 MDD. And now it's time to boot up Cubase VST. Had to disconnect the uniters. They were conflicting with the free MIDI drivers I have installed for the Mode 2 stuff I have on this machine. So just click give up twice and it boots up. So now that the session has been opened, the way this project was organized was the top channels were the multi-tracks audio files. Right below it is the MIDI information that was sent to the S3200. And at the very bottom is the summary of everything that was going on in the multi-track. That's also in this project, just for reference. So when I make changes, I can verify, was that a good change? Do I need to change it in a different way? So I'll just play some of these sounds in isolation. First off will be the reactor pad. And then we'll play the breaks. So this song actually uses two breaks here. This was the secondary break, this is the primary break. And typically the areas where there's like red and different multicolored elements here is that those were transitional like parts of the break that I have in the song. This isn't a very complicated song, it's a pretty simple and straightforward one. This is still very much my early days of learning how to produce jungle on hardware. Of course, here's the TR909 elements right here. The vocals being triggered by MIDI. And if I unsolo everything, we can do a playthrough of the track, and I can just kind of do a visual like in and out of like what this project looks like.
See the star. See the stars.
Thanks again for tuning in to this episode of This Old DAW. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please press the subscribe button. And the feedback, of course, helps me to further improve and dial in this show. But once again, thank you for your attention. Until the next time, we'll see you then.